Hey guys. Today I had a wonderful day with my friend, and I think a theme happening right now, there's a lot of stuff going on in my life. It's moving really, really fast. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with everything that is being thrown at me right now. But I I had a wonderful day. I had a wonderful time with this friend, and we had a really, really tough conversation. And I say it was tough because I was really scared to meet with her. Basically, a couple weeks ago, I told her that I needed a break. I found myself having really unhealthy thought patterns and an unhealthy attachment to our friendship that I didn't like. I was going to her for psychoanalysis to try to learn something about myself, but it wasn't healthy because I kind of just didn't realize who I am. It was somehow getting in the way of processing my own feelings and my actions. And I think this has a lot to do with the fact that I am being confronted with conflict everywhere. Like, I am being slapped in the face with all of these opportunities to speak up for myself and say what I need to say. And I'm taking those opportunities and I'm grabbing them and I'm crushing them, okay? But I'm also doing my best. And my best is not perfect. Again, one of the themes I've already talked about. And what I say is my best is realizing that your best is going to be different for every relationship that you have. For example, this friend that I'm talking about, my best was calling her frantically on the phone 2 weeks ago, being like, I cannot keep, I can't talk to you right now, okay? I can't be in contact with you until I figure out who I am. And then I hung up. That's not exactly how it went, but that's how it felt when I was talking to her, because I was like so scared of expressing that I needed a break from talking to her. Because every single time I've taken a break from talking to a friend, we've never stayed friends. So this was a first, but I was trusting my intuition and I did it. And today I happened to be in her neighborhood, so I texted her, hey, let's get tea and let's talk. Because when I called her on the phone, I was like, I need at least 2 weeks. And it just felt right today to confront that. So I saw her and I was really, really scared, and we talked about it. And I kept stopping myself from saying what I think she wanted me to say. And this isn't specific to her. I think it's general to everyone around me, that I try to communicate my needs through what I think is the best way to communicate that to the other person. So, for example, if it goes down to like the basic things. Let's say I really want to eat pizza, but my friend wants soup. Okay? Well, that wouldn't happen. I would want soup with them. I don't know. I don't want to give examples. You guys can understand. I'm just whatever. I don't need to give specific examples. But basically, I try to communicate my needs through what I think is best for the other person to understand me. And what I've noticed is that That's an added friction of trying to figure out what someone else needs to hear so that I get what I want. And that's a bit manipulative. It's very people pleaser, okay? Because I should be able to say exactly what I need, exactly what I want. And if someone can't provide that, if someone can't meet that, they should be able to tell me. And I'm working on that. I just realized that's a people pleaser. That's a people pleaser idea. It's a little bit manipulative. Not intentionally, but I'm stopping myself from being my truest self. So in this conversation, I really challenged myself to say exactly what I needed to say. And the whole time, I felt like I was expecting her to be mad at me. I was expecting her to be like, well, that's not fair because of this. Well, that's not true because of that. Well, that's actually not how that happened. But I was able to say all of the scary thoughts and feelings and all of these like anxieties that were going on in my head. And she didn't judge me for any of them. She didn't bounce back or not bounce back. She didn't attack me for saying how I feel. That's how I feel like I've been that's how I feel like conflict in the past has been. And it was a super awesome conversation, and by the end of it, we were hugging, we were laughing, we were joking, and it was great. And I really, really appreciate that I was able to have this moment with her, and I think I know it's because we've built up this foundation of trust. And we've expressed how we view the world, so I trusted that when I come to her about this stuff, she won't leave me, or she won't think of me differently, or she will think of me differently, but it doesn't have to be think of you differently in a bad way. Wow. Doesn't have to be think of you differently in a bad way. And what really sucks is that I'm not at this place with all of my friends right now. And I'm unpacking that. Because someone that I've been super, super close with for the past 6 years, someone who has shaped my entire world for a very long time, I'm not able to have those conversations with her. And it sucks. I want that so bad. But with other people in your life, I'm realizing that instead of beating myself up about, well, you could have called her and not sent this long text message about your feelings. Well, you could have FaceTimed her. Well, you could have had a text message dialogue to explain your feelings. That foundation of communication is not there in my friendship with other people. And I think this is a moment where I see my growth as a person, and I can't apply it to every single situation. And it's weird. It's really weird. But that doesn't mean anything about my abilities to show up for other people and other things. I think this is a moment where communication is definitely a big theme in my life and all these people around me. And it's working in some places and it's not working in other places. And the reality is that I can't make it work everywhere. And it sucks because I love all of my friends so deeply. But instead of framing this as, this person is not a good friend because they're handling this situation a certain way, I'm flipping the script. I'm recognizing that I'm able to grow in other parts of my life. And you gotta leave the bad stuff behind. I think a lot of the things that I'm leaving behind have been super, super important to me for a very long time. And I finally feel like I'm letting it go in the best way possible. Sure, someone is going to remember me as the last situation the last interaction that we had was me flaking on an event. I can't show up to that right now. I have to be okay with that. I'm scared. Everyone's scared. We're figuring it out. And these little things that I'm practicing, I'm opening myself up to healthy communication and healthy conflict. Because I've always thought it was kind of awesome that I never fought with my friends. I've never had issues with my friends, really. And then I think about some of the friendships that I had in elementary school and middle school where, yeah, I used to speak up for myself, okay? I used to say, hey, what's going on? Let's talk about it. And I would get attacked. Everybody would flip it on me. So I stopped. I stopped speaking up. I stopped pointing out things that were weird. I stopped telling people how I felt. And so then I suddenly became surrounded by a bunch of people who didn't speak about what was going on in their lives. And now I'm noticing that, hey, it's actually really important to talk about when someone hurts my feelings, or when I feel like things aren't working, or when I feel like there's a better way to handle the situation. And I need to hold myself accountable and hold myself, because I don't know. I'm doing my best. There's not really a point to this. I do want to create more structured content. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, I'm liking this YouTube thing. I'm figuring it out. I don't care what who cares about the digital footprint or whatever. Anyway, I do want to say I love my friends a lot. I'm working on speaking up. And I'm letting go of resentment by acknowledging that I'm just doing the best that I can. And other people are doing the best that they can. And anytime that I doubt that someone is saying things to hurt me, or anytime that I mistake someone's words or actions as trying to hurt me or manipulate me or get me to think something that I don't want to, like, I don't know. I'm stopping myself from growing. I don't know. I'm like, there's just a lot going on right now. And I'm realizing what's really important to me. And you know what? Having a lot of friends is not that important, okay? It's the quality, not the quantity. Yeah, whatever.